Some restaurants try to reinvent Thai food. This one does the opposite. It tries to remember it. Not the Thai food we eat today, but the Thai food that existed 200 years ago. Inside a quiet dining room in Bangkok, there is a restaurant called Nahm. It is one of the most historically important Thai restaurants in the world, and it played a big role in pushing Thai cuisine into the global fine dining scene. But the goal here was never to modernize Thai food. The idea is simple, but requires much finesse. To cook Thai food the way it used to be cooked. Many of the dishes came from old royal Thai cookbooks, recipes written long before Thai food became global. The result is a concerto of fermented flavors, chili pastes, and wild herbs most people have never heard of. Bold, intense, or simply unfamiliar. This will challenge your idea of Thai food, and tonight I came to find out.
Today is a little special day. The restaurant that I'm eating at today is called Nahm. It is a Michelin one-star Thai fine dining, and the menu is also very interesting. All the items looks absolutely delicious, and I have to make multiple choices among all the items in the tasting menu, and I have made my choice. Also, I will be having the wine pairing tonight. The Chinese translation for this section here says, waiting to be translated. So first, let me start with canapé, and this is, I guess, the Thai equivalent version of amuse-bouche. Complimentary not in the menu. This is like a cracker from Songha, which is the very south of Thailand, border in Malaysia. Some roasted coconuts and some relish, one bite. Maybe fish sauce. Oh, it's good. A roasted coconut, sweet nutty flavor, a hint of fish sauce, and there is also a bit herbal notes inside as well. And moving on, we have these two items that's part of the menu. This one is crab meat and a cracker. This is called pu song cream. Very refreshing. Lime, coriander, a hint of spiciness, a little sweetness from the crab meat itself, and the cracker provides a bit of a textural contrast. And for this canapé, we also have our first wine pairing, Riesling, white fruit, peach. Clean, refreshing, good. Second one, this is Miam Napa Crab. So Miam Kam, which is sort of a royal snack. You have all that bunch of elements, different flavors, on a betel leaf. Wow, so many flavors at the same time, but they're so well balanced, so not a single flavor stands out. You have a bit sweet, a bit umami, fermented funky fish saltness, a little nutty sweetness from peanuts, small heat, a bit sour, a bit sweet, herbal, but it's like well balanced. Moving on, we have two items here. This one is called Song Nam Paramai, fermented rice noodle with coconut, cream dressing, citrus fruit, and dried prawns. And this one is called Sangwat Praktu Food, white prawn, crispy floss fish with tamarind, ginger, and somsa. I think somsa is a leaf. Start with this one, fermented rice noodle and coconut base. Sounds interesting to me. Mixing that up. This rice noodle, this is called kanon jin. And this one is a fermented version with coconut milk. Oh, it is a little crisp and refreshing. I like it with that slight sweetness from the coconut milk. Oh, that's the ginger. This ginger tastes different from the ginger that I usually know. The first time I tasted it, I couldn't even recognize this ginger because it's so different. Fresh and a little spicy, a little peppery, and a hint of bitter taste. But in this case, because of the coconut milk, you don't really taste the bitter taste. But if you eat it by itself, you can perceive it. Refreshing and good. And now I am tasting my second wine pairing. This is also white fruit, peach, apricot, that type of stuff. A little sweet. Wow, refreshing and has some acidity. Very different flavor profile from the first one. Oh, I like this. Although this is not a particularly sweet one, but I like this. Because this dish is already a little sweet, so have something that's a bit more on the acid side, makes sense. The next one, this is the crispy fish floss. Also, I need to mix this. Prawn, fish floss, thinly sliced onion, chili, and coriander. That is a little spicy. The floss has some savory, crispy element to it, and we have a bit of fish sauce, a bit onion for spiciness, and also the chili. Also a hint of acidity from the lime juice. This one, contrasting to the other dish, is not sweet. This is a bit more like sour, spicy. Good. I like the textural contrast. Then this is sweet again. I like the flavor interplay between those two dishes. I do feel like this wine handles better with this slightly sweet dish. This one you might want a little bit sweetness from the wine to counter it. But hey. But the dishes are great. Now I'm having the next wine pairing for the upcoming course already. This is a Thai wine, Grand Monte. I always like to try wine from different region, Thai wine. I'm immediately liking this better than the previous two. I mean, those are good, but like this is more to my personal preference. Sweet with slight white fruit aroma, but you have like cream butter aroma from there as well, which is kind of my thing because I like cream and butter. Oh yes, not particularly sweet, and you have a hint of minerality in here as well. Oh yeah. Moving on, we have our main course, and now this is getting very exciting. We have two dishes here. This one is the well-known Tom Yum Goong, and this one is called Kwakapi. This is a relish made with coconut and grilled charcoal fish. And there are some ginger, I think the same ginger as before, and the chili for extra spiciness, an egg and some vegetable to temper that down. And the Tom Yum Goong is made with prawn, wild mushroom, and the curry paste is house-made. So everything here is house-made. And we have rice, not one, but two different types of rice. This is jasmine rice. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And here we also have a red rice. And just look at the portion. I know I will not go hungry after this meal. So what I do is first I'm gonna scoop some rice onto the plate. Oh my God, that rice just looks divine. Oh, just look at that, so beautiful. This rice is from Surin province. I heard that this is the province for the best rice in the country. So that, well, just look at all that separated grain. And some red rice here feels quite different. A healthy scoop of both rices. Let's get some kwakapi here. Charcoal grilled catfish with savory coconut paste. And the ginger, royal ginger. The ginger is called krachai, wild ginger. So we have a beautiful plate of rice and curry. I'm hungry. Savory, a little spicy, a little sweet, coconutty curry. This ginger is the same ginger, very special, a little spicy, peppery. Good. I mean, to be honest, this just feel like an elevated cow game. Basically, curry over rice, a counter of many different curries that you can choose from, and this will be among one of those, but more elevated. And the chili. If I want some spiciness, I can break it up. I think this, you can think of it as a red curry, but with more roasted coconut flavor and the addition of the krachai ginger. It's delicious. You know what? I want to see how spicy is this chili. It's a little spicy. The first few seconds, you're not going to immediately feel it. But like after that, it, like the smoky, spicy aftertaste is gonna come through. And that's why you have the egg to temper that spiciness. A little spicy indeed. Now the wine. Great pairing. That buttery aroma and that thickness of it, a little sweetness of it, suppress the spicy quite well. Now some Tom Yum Goong. Oh, that giant prawn pieces and all that wild mushroom looks absolutely beautiful. Let me taste a little bit of the soup. Oh yes, compared to the other Tom Yum Goong I had in Bangkok, those are great, but this one is almost like on steroid. Everything's more amplified, more umami, more rich flavor, a hint of smoky spiciness from the chili. balanced by a hint of lime juice. Look at this. This is the bouquet garni of kaffir lime leaf, galangal, and chili. I like that usage. Wild mushroom. Really meaty. And the shrimp. Very tender, very bouncy. I'm happy. The vegetable is so fresh. Moving on, again, main course, and we have 3 more items. This one is jungle curry. Jungle curry of beef shank with fresh herbs and changwon sour leaf. I heard of jungle curry before. I heard it's really spicy and something that's really delicious. I have to give it a try. I have never had jungle curry before, so this will be my first time experience. And this one is called mupapirod. Angry pork, stir fried with young coconut shoots, sweet basil, and green peppercorn. I like fresh green peppercorn, and this one uses coconut shoot, which I don't really have a lot of chance to have it before. I don't think I ever had it before, so this I'll try as well. And this one is called pat good, stir fried young fiddlehead ferns. I also never had fern before, so quite unique of an experience. And this time we have yet another wine pairing. Wow, that is quite heavy. The sommelier certainly poured me a lot. Wow, that spice flavor definitely come through. Peppercorn, clove, and some red fruit, blackberry, raspberry type of flavor profile. But I think it's really that spice and even a hint of vanilla that's coming through that gives a unique character. It certainly has complexity. The taste is rich with many layers of flavors and good concentration. I like this, but now it's time to try the dish. The rice is gonna stay with us throughout the next few courses. So first, let's have some jungle curry with some beautiful shank here. I can smell that very rich, complex aroma. Actually, let me try the curry broth soup first. Meaty and smoky. Wow, really nice. Some freshness from the coriander. Oh, that's amazing. The beef shank is so rich in flavor and also very tender. The curry has that rich, complex aroma from the spice. But you can also get a hint of all the herbs. Jungle curry, as the name suggests, includes ingredients from the jungle. Different herbal. This one has a bit of bitterness in there as well. But the main flavor profile is rich and savory and meaty with a hint of all the spice like peppercorn, clove, nutmeg, that type of flavor. That's amazing. Then we have the stir-fried angry pork with coconut shoot. Pork and some coconut shoot with fresh green peppercorn. Let's try the coconut shoots. Wow, it is really tender and crispy. A little similar to asparagus. The pork is juicy and tender and also has a bit of crispy texture. Oh, I like the coconut shoot. It's similar to asparagus but different. It's more crispy. And it has a bit, almost like grassy sweetness. That is delicious. Lastly, let's have some of the fern. First time having it. Well, the flavor is not too much different from the other greens like water mimosa, molten glory. Crunchy and fresh. It's just vegetables, but good vegetables. And I have all that 3 dishes. We have vegetable, we have 2 rice, and we have the leftover tom yum goong soup. I feel like I'm eating a cow game instead of fine dining, but I like it. Of course, in cow game situation, you don't really have chance to have wine like this, right? Oh yes. Somehow with all that spicy food pairing, I feel a bit more sweet from the wine, and also it has a bit of tannin. But the experience is very enjoyable. I couldn't believe I'm saying this, but I'm so full, I couldn't finish it. And they say they can give me more rice if I need. Gosh, I couldn't even finish this 2-pot and all that dishes. It's delicious, but that's just way too much for me. Moving on into the final sweet chapter, pre-dessert, palate cleanser, sorbet made with watermelon and ginger. That is mad refreshing, and that ginger added just like an adequate kick to it. Oh, this is just watermelon. It's sweet. This is our dessert temptation of the rice. So different components made with rice. Here we have fermented rice, rice sorbet, rice cracker, and this sticky rice and toasted rice. So rice 5 ways. Let me try the fermented rice first. Red rice. Tastes exactly like the Chinese lao zao. Well, basically because it's the same technique, right? Fermented rice, so you have a bit like sweetness, a bit sourness. Supposedly you can make that into a rice wine. Lao zao is just that. Here's the sorbet. Oh, I like it. That ricey sweetness. It's got that nutty flavor from the rice. Crispy rice on top as contrast, textural contrast. Great. And we have the rice cracker. Good. Crispy and slightly ricey sweet. And then we have 2 more aspects. This is the sticky rice with coconut, huh? Sticky rice, the color comes from pandan leaf. And lastly, toasted rice. Looks like jelly. Oh yeah, you do have that toasted ricey flavor. And the texture is a little gooey and like an intense sweetness, almost like brown sugar. Good. And finally, I'm gonna make a wish. All right, let's try this. We have coconut jelly with egg yolk floss, some gold leaves, and some fruits. And here is the egg yolk floss. That reminds me of the classic Thai dessert, egg yolk ice cream, but in this case, egg yolk jelly. But to be honest, at this point, I'm so full and I have eaten so much, my taste bud is a little tired. Also, the last pairing, we have a bubble wine, champagne. Not particularly expressive, but just some typical white fruit. Oh, okay. It might not be very expressive in terms of aroma, but that mouthfeel, the effervescence, the bubbles on your tongue, like that texture feel is amazing. And also this one has somewhat acidity in there. I personally prefer champagnes with a bit more like brioche roasted apple aroma. This one isn't like that, but I do like that bubbly feel of it. And dessert is good. I have never been this full in a Michelin star restaurant. And the last, very last post dessert, we have a waffle with some coconut egg yolk from Golden Duck Egg. That reminds me some of the Thai food street dessert.
200 years is a long time for a recipe to survive. But sometimes, a few dishes make it through. Not exactly the same, but close enough that, for a moment, you can taste something for another time. And maybe that's what Nahm is trying to do. And certainly, I remembered it tonight.
I have finally finished this meal. I am so full. The food is absolutely great. So many different flavors, different textures, different technique, spicy, fragrant. I in particular like the presentation of many different items, completely different items altogether, almost giving me a feel of eating cow game, but like entirely elevated. And well, the rice definitely helped filling me up. I am so full, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And also the wine pairing is good. All in all, this has been a great dinner and great night for me, and that wraps up this video. Make sure to like and share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.